Welcome and thank you for joining the Owatonna Today Show. As you saw in the opening, celebrating 25 years of your community connection since 1991. I'm Deb Gillard, your host for today's program. We, of course, would not be anywhere if it were not for the support and sponsorship of wonderful businesses, great organizations, and individuals over the course of time, including now. Our current sponsors include our premier sponsors. Those are the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Owatonna Public Utilities. Our primary sponsors, Anytime Fitness, Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Owatonna Foundation, Little Theater of Owatonna, and Brookdale Senior Living Solutions. Our interlude sponsors include ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Carlson Brandstad and Company, the Brickmaker Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, all the guys at the Brickmaker and Medford Funeral Home, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Bremer Bank, Abraham Consulting Technologies, TPS Insurance, Triumph Graphics, the Third Hand Video Productions, Steele County Transitional Housing, Steele County Historical Society, Sign Pro and Auto Trim Design, Owatonna Business Incubator, Horizon Eye Care, and Fairview Animal Medical Center. Again, we hope you support these businesses. When you see them, tell them thank you, do business with them, support the organizations. They are our wonderful sponsors. And if you or someone you know is interested in a sponsorship of the Owatonna Today Show, it's simple, it's easy, it's good value, it's cost effective. Please get a hold of Leanne at 390-5751. You can email owatonnatoday@charter.net as well, and she will be happy to get you that information about sponsorship. We have a great program for you today on this Friday. It is out on location with Brian Simon of the Owatonna Aces. First of all, to find out a little bit more about that program. It's been in existence for a long time here in Owatonna, so we'll be hearing more about that. Later on in the program, also out on location, the I don't know if it's not the dedication, but more information about what you're going to be seeing, the Hospital Healing Gardens Angel Statue. And I will let the segment speak for itself so I don't get mixed up and stick my foot in my mouth. So that will be a little bit later on in the program. So let's take this first break for our sponsors, head to the Owatonna Aces. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use, and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And it's that time of year, the crack of the bat and the beautiful baseball field. We're down here at Darts Park at Chuck Fuller Field, and I'm talking to none other than the manager of the Owatonna Aces, Brian Simon. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you.
We're glad to have you here today. Why don't you tell us a little bit how you got involved in becoming a coach?
Well, I started out playing in 2004 after my senior year of high school. I just kind of was on the team when Tate Cummins came to town in 2007. He kind of asked me to play a role as the longest tenured guy on the team. So then and there, I kind of got into writing a lineup out, making sure I had enough guys at the game. And then the years after that, then I kind of got into doing other things, scheduling, off-the-field stuff. And then since then, I've been doing it on my own. I have lots of off-field responsibilities with scheduling, league meetings, apparel ordering, and all that stuff. So then I other than that, I do the on-field stuff.
And then the strategy. You have to decide how to manage and coach. Do you help coach too at one of the bases? And
actually, no. I don't have to do a lot of coaching at the bases. Cody Johnson's our third base coach. He takes that responsibility to heart. He loves being our third base coach. Otherwise, first base is pretty much occupied by bottom of the order guy or somebody on the bench. I do most of my managing from the bench. I can relay messages to guys in the infield or batting or whatnot. I can make lineup changes from the bench, and that's where I like to be.
You had said that the challenges are the ordering, the managing, all the things that go on, the equipment. You just mentioned the ordering, the uniforms. What are some of the pros of being the manager?
I guess being able to be at this beautiful ballpark three times a week. We get to take batting practice or have games here. Being with these guys, I've been with most of these guys 6-7 years. They're like my brothers, and that's the most rewarding thing about being able to be here. Also, I'm 30 now, and I still get to play baseball. A kid's game, I still get to play. So,
how does one become an ace? You have a great reputation. How does one become an ace? Could you tell them that process?
The process usually is getting in contact with me, which sometimes can be a challenge. But I have Brandon Wolf, who's a coach with the high school. He's very good about talking to players, future players, to guys that are still in high school, guys that just graduated, and getting them my contact information. I'm also I'm an administrator on our Facebook page. So if there's somebody new in the town that's looking to play baseball, they get in contact with the Aces Baseball page on Facebook, and you'll see Brian Simon. You can contact me through that. I'm also listed on our MinnesotaBaseball.org webpage as the manager. So,
how many are on the team?
This year we'll have around 24 guys rostered. We picked up 5 guys from last year's high school graduating class.
Okay, and what is your season and when does it start?
We start on May 22nd. Our first game is an away game on a Sunday. Our first home game is May 25th, right here at Darts Park.
Tell us a little bit about how your league, what night the games are on.
On Wednesdays, we usually play home games within our league because we have lights. Fridays as well. There are some other teams that have lights, so we do a little traveling on Fridays. Sundays, we're normally away. We do have a lot of day games on the weekends where we travel just because teams don't have lights.
Can you explain about the region and how that operates?
Yes, there are now 10 teams within our league/region, 5C. What happens is it's a 8-team tournament going into region, so the bottom 2 teams have to figure out a way to get in with play-in games against the other 2. So it's basically the bottom 4 teams have to do play-in games to get into the region tournament. Once you get to that point, it's a double elimination. It's played right here at Darts Park at Chuck Fuller Field. We've done that now for 3 years in a row. It's a great turnout, and the top 2 teams out of regions get to go to state.
You have a conference prior to the region. Who's all incorporated in that conference?
Within the Twin Rivers League is Rochester, Stewartville, Winona, Wanamingo, Pine Island, Dodge County, Waseca, us. I think I missed somebody.
That's
Close
okay.
enough.
Yeah.
There's 10 of them.
There's a charge to get in, $3. What do the proceeds go for?
Basically, any money that we make as this team goes towards apparel. What you see the guys wearing right now, their shorts, their T-shirts, and hats, they get provided to them through our gate and our concession stand. We also have to pay umpires. We need equipment, baseballs. I have to order 6 dozen baseballs to 8 dozen baseballs a year just for our home games. And other things like field upgrades too. We also partner with Park and Rec and the Owatonna Huskies Bullpen Club on some upgrades, such as our new concession stand, which we helped out with, and the new storage shed underneath the grandstand.
So we have a beautiful park here.
Yes, very beautiful.
And you stated that there's something new at the concessions you heard is really good. Could you share what that is?
Well, apparently I've been told that the hot dogs we've had here for a number of years are now the best hot dogs in southern Minnesota. So, I mean, they're very large. They're $2.50, and it's like a 1-pound hot dog. It's a big hot dog. Okay. So, with a brand new roller grill this year, they're going to taste amazing.
So, when can they come down and see their first game?
The first game that they can see is on May 25th at 7:30.
Okay, great. Now that we've heard all about the Aces, could we meet the guys?
Sure could.
Here we are, and we're going to meet our Owatonna Aces. We have here.
My name is Benji Hager.
And what position do you play, Benji?
I play right field.
And how long have you been an ace?
9 years.
And what's your past experience?
Started out playing baseball real young, did the T-ball, played the Owatonna Youth Baseball, then got into high school. Then I spent 2 years at Ridgewater College and then transferred to Bethany Lutheran College and came back and have been an ace ever since.
Great. Thanks, Benji. And we have here another ace, and you are?
Mike Randall,
And Mike, what position do you play?
middle infield and catcher.
How long have you been an ace?
1 year, actually.
And your past experience?
Played since I was 7, kind of worked my way through high school, ended up playing at college at St. Bonnie in Minnesota, and been playing with Aces since.
Great, thank you. And we have another ace here, and your name is?
Travis Hillstead.
And Travis, how long have you been an ace?
I've been an ace for 6 years.
And what position do you play?
Play shortstop.
And what is your past experience with baseball?
I've been playing kind of as long as I can remember. Grew up playing sandlot pretty much every morning with some of my friends. Came to the Owatonna program, played just very briefly at Bemidji State, and I've been playing the Aces ever since I graduated.
Nice to meet you. And we have here another ace.
Tyler Smith.
And what position do you play, Tyler?
I play third base and I pitch.
How long have you been an ace?
6 years.
And what is your past experience?
Kind of the same. Since I was real young, played high school, played at college until I got injured. Then aces ever since.
Great. We're glad to have you. And we have another ace here. Your name?
Sheridan Scala,
And what position do you play?
center field,
And how long have you been an ace?
6 years.
And your experience?
I played here in high school, and then I went and played UW-Madison Club Baseball.
Great, thanks. And we have here?
Nick Mito,
And Nick, what position do you play?
middle infield.
How long have you been an ace?
This is my first year.
And your experience?
I grew up playing baseball in Indiana, and then I came here and played high school baseball here.
Okay, with it being your first year, do you know what to expect?
I want to have a lot of fun.
Okay. We hope you do, and welcome to the Aces. And we have here?
Dan Clore.
Hi, Dan. And what position do you play?
I'm a pitcher and middle infielder.
And how long have you been an ace?
This will be my second season.
And your experience?
Been playing this game my whole life. Highest level. I did not go to college. I decided to join the Marine Corps, and I played the All Marine Corps baseball team.
Great, thank you. And thank you for serving our country. And we have here?
Brandon Wolf.
And Brandon, what position do you play?
I play pitcher, catcher, third base, and wherever Brian else tells me to play.
So you're in the game a lot.
I do what I can to make the lineup.
Okay. And how long have you been an ace?
This is my 5th year with the Aces, and so it's been good.
All right. And what is your past experience with ball?
I've been playing since I can remember, and played high school, played college, and I helped coach in town, so around it quite a bit.
Well, thank you for sharing with the Ace. So let's get our coach back over here. So, Coach, what is your expectation this year? How do you think the Aces are going to do with the talent you have?
I think we're going to be just as good as we were last year, if not better. We picked up some guys from last year's graduating class, some pitching staff that we desperately needed. I think we're going to get deeper into the state tournament, more than we did last year. We're going to be in the top of our league again. There's going to be some better teams, 2 teams combined to make 1 team. It's going to be a tougher schedule this year, but I think we're going to be right there at the top.
You never disappoint. I mean, the games are always great, and you've got great talent. And if our community and people that see the show would like to know to check your schedule, where can they go again?
They can go to minnesotabaseball.org. It's mnbaseball.org. They search Owatonna Aces and then click on the schedule once you get to our page. Otherwise, there will be posters posted around town. 25 locations will have a poster with a schedule on it. And they'll be able to see when we play, what nights, and what times.
Okay. So, thank you for sharing the Aces with us. We wish you a great season, and come on out and cheer on our team. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Jean Newkirk, personal banker here at Bremer Bank. Come see me today for our current retail loan specials and any of your banking needs.
And I'm Ryan Gillespie, mortgage loan officer here at Bremer Bank in Owatonna, and I'm happy to help you with all of your home loan needs. Come see us today.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
I'm Bill Owens with the Owatonna Business Incubator. Whether your business is just starting out or is expanding, we have the office space and manufacturing space that you need. As the Small Business Counseling Center for this region, we are able to help you in your expansion or your startup of your business. We are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, Warren Abraham, Abraham Consulting Technologies, your one-stop technology shop. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient.
Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're on location on this beautiful day in front of the Owatonna Hospital, and we're standing right here in an extension of the healing gardens of the hospital. And we're standing in front of the lighter than some one-winged angel sculpture. And I have here with us
Ev Stronsky,
Greg Mendez,
Natalie Ginter.
And these were all people that were involved in a very unique story that brought the angel here. So we're going to head over to Ev and let her explain her part in the statue being here. Ev, take it over.
Okay, this journey all began with a poem that came to me, one line that came to me in the middle of the night. And I read it and I said, this isn't right. Angels have wings, not one wing. And it wouldn't let go, so I got up and I wrote, and I'm done, and I was going to change the first line. Something came over me and said, it's right the way it is, don't touch it. Next day at a Bible study, I was telling a friend about this, and a lady said, oh, have you been to Eau Claire, Wisconsin? Yeah. Have you seen the statue of the one-winged angel? I said, no, but my daughter, who was deceased a year ago to the date just about of when this poem came to me, went to school there, graduated there. She would have known that angel, I'm thinking. And so the story began there. So I got a hold of this gentleman via some strange happenings, and first of all asked the Chamber of Commerce if they still had his statue. And they said, no, we did have, but it's gone. And so I thought, okay, long story, let's go to bed. And she said, wait a minute. She said, I am a close personal friend of the artist who created this piece. He's in Decatur, Indiana. Would you like his number? Is the Pope Catholic? All right. So I called. No, I didn't call. He would have thought I was crazy. So I texted. I said, do you still have your one-winged angel? This was on a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. He called me back. And he said, we talked for a while, and he said, I'm curious, how do you know about her? He said, she's been in South Dakota and Indiana and Wisconsin. She's never been in Minnesota. How do you know about her? So I proceeded to tell him this crazy story and the poem and Dawn's death and da-da-da. And he wanted to hear the poem. And we talked for 2.5 hours. We got off the phone at 11:30 that morning. And he heard the poem, and I heard him get really quiet. And he said to me when we were all done, he said, I wasn't sure I wanted to sell her because he has some personal reasons for that. And he said to me at the end of that 2.5 hours, he said, Ev, I believe she belongs in Owatonna with you. And that's how it started. And 25 coincidental things have happened since that we can't go into because I'm getting fingers here. But there's an amazing, amazing story behind how this artist and this old lady poet got together and made her a reality for Owatonna. And
Ev, can you just relate a little bit about how the one-winged angel kept appearing throughout this story, through different mediums, quickly?
All over the place. The friend of mine who works at the hospital here, who introduced me to Natalie, if it wouldn't be for Natalie, none of this would have happened either. And she introduced me, Natalie listened to the story, took it to the powers that be, and when she left the office, this friend of mine said to me, I don't know if I should tell you this, but I knew this gal had lost a year-old baby a long time ago. 2 children after that. She had a daughter and a son. Her daughter grew up and wanted to commemorate this little baby sister that she never knew. And so she had a tattoo put on her right shoulder. And it's a tattoo of a one-winged angel. And the girl's middle name is Dawn. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
As a result, the end product is the statue right here, which then somebody had to make the statue, and that's this sculpture and gentleman right here next to me, Gregory Mendez. Welcome, Gregory.
Thank you for having me.
Gregory, how long have you been sculpting?
A little over 10 years professionally.
Okay. And you do a special type of sculpting for special purpose. Would you explain that to our viewers?
Well, it's mainly public art. I like to think of myself more as a public artist other than a sculptor. meaning that when I make the artwork, it's intended to go out in a public environment to be viewed by the general public, not just a tight-knit community that's involved with galleries or just the art community. So it's intended to be out in public space and able to be viewed at all hours of the day and for free.
And this special angel keeps coming back to you because you said most of your public commitments are lease agreements.
Yeah, what's happened over the past 10 years throughout the country is a lot of towns are trying to rejuvenate a part of their downtown that may be a historic part of their downtown or something that they're trying to develop. And the first thing they end up doing is putting a public art program in place. So what happens is they'll put out a call for public art, and it's a juried process. And if you get into that program, your sculpture gets leased through that program or city for a year, and then they'll transfer it if it's in a network to another city. So the benefit for working within that realm of artwork is you get to create artwork that you want to create because you want to create it, not to sell, not for a commission, but simply because you want to create it. And what it ends up being is your own personal artwork.
Now, this angel kept coming back to you, and you kept leasing it out. It had a special meaning to you, did it not?
Well, in a roundabout way. I had my sister-in-law passed away at an early age, and this was one of the last works created that she was able to that she was around while I was creating it, and we spent quite a lot of time together. She ended up moving from her hometown to Fort Wayne, Indiana, with my wife and myself, and this particular piece was created while she was still living with us.
Quickly, could you explain the architecture of the sculpture, what it represents, and why you did some of the things you did with it?
Well, the general scheme of the sculpture is just to not be depressing, just to be something that's recognizable, a figure. We all see those every day. An angel, we all know what they are. And to have a little bit of energy and some sort of movement upwards, forward, something to give the impression of moving forward, moving to something better or different than where you're at the moment.
And what is the material that you use?
Steel, just mild stock steel.
Do you sketch first and then solder, or how does that work?
Sometimes a general sketch. A lot of my sketching abilities are nowhere near what they should be, being a professional artist. So a lot of times the images just get pulled right out of my head.
And what did you feel after you heard Ev's story? It was quiet, and then she said you came back with an answer. What was going through your heart and head at that time?
I wasn't sure. It was very flattering to hear that I'm doing something right in the realm of public art, meaning that someone other than myself liked what I was doing. So it was wonderful to hear that it had the effect that it did.
Well, it's been great visiting with you, and I'm going to go over here and talk to Natalie Ginter. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Could you say, what is your role here at the hospital?
I'm the director of the Owatonna Hospital Foundation.
Now, how did that tie in with Ev's story and Gregory Mendez?
Well, it was really by chance, actually, because like Ev was saying, she was here visiting a friend, Charlene Wolf, who works in our business office, and they were talking about the angel and the poem, and Charlene said, you should talk to Natalie. And I happened to be in my office at the time, and I remember Charlene calling me and said, do you have a minute? There's somebody I'd like you to meet. And I came down right away, and Ev was there and had pictures of the sculpture, and she was telling me the story, and I just thought, what a perfect addition for our campus this would be. So I said, let's bring this to the Owatonna Hospital Foundation board and see where it goes. And that was about a year ago, and here we are today, and she's here.
So she came forward, gave her presentation, and then what happened, Ev?
Well, I went home and I was praying that they would take her because she belongs here. And Natalie called me that was 1 o'clock when I talked to the folks, and about 4:30 she called me back and she said, well, Ev, she said they are going to take her and they're going to buy her from this young man here. Gregory.
And
I just about went to the floor, quite frankly. But
so this angel is where it's supposed to be. Would
she
you all
is
agree to
where
that?
She's supposed to be.
You can tell just by looking at her here that it almost looks like she was meant to be here and that she's been here forever already.
Ev, would you end this beautiful story with the poem that you had written that night?
Yes, it's entitled Glimpse the Half. If perchance you cast upon an angel's wing, adrift from high upon this earthly thing, then think you not a sore mistake did make your wandering mind, then think you not it hath broken from the whole, but pieced in part for purpose sole. When soul is drawn upon this sleeping place, to waken wonder not yet waked, and glimpse the half yet to be whole. For even still upon this still wind fell a message pure of kind, herald from a place afar your earthly reach, of purpose sent to rent the space upon uncertain heart and mind, meant to trace its promised flight up and beyond.
Thank you, Ev. Thank you, everyone. We will take a short break, and we will be right back after a word from our sponsors, so please stay with us.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Hi, I'm Rich from Sign Pro and Auto Trim Design, a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. Come and see us for all your sign and truck accessory needs.
Welcome back. It is time to wrap up our program on this Friday, May 20th with a few announcements. A reminder again, Chastity Brown performing at the Steele County History Center this evening at 7 o'clock. At this point, unless you're able to get tickets in advance, you're probably purchasing them at the door, which is certainly available if they have seats left, and they will be $15 per person for a member and $20 per person for non-member. May 21st, tomorrow, is National Kids to Park Day, and they're celebrating here in Owatonna with a party in the park at Manthe Park going on tomorrow from 11 to 1 o'clock. Take your turn in the bounce house and do a craft in the pavilion. Those are free activities. Also on site for purchase will be lunch with Godfather's Pizza and Kona Ice, which you'll be able to purchase if you would like. So Kids to Park Day going on at Manthe Park tomorrow from 11 to 1. Retrofit recycling companies are having their recycling collection tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is at 1010 Hoffman Drive, the old Walmart location. All sorts of things can be recycled: lamps, fluorescent ballasts, batteries of different types, mercury-containing devices, and electronics and appliances. If you have any questions about what can be brought there and recycled, please give them a call at the Retrofit Company and find out. Also at the same time, the Noon Rotary is taking this opportunity to conduct its annual document shredding day. That will also be going on same time tomorrow, same location, from 9 to 1 o'clock in that same parking lot. Goodwill offering will be graciously accepted, which then goes toward the Rotary Strive program for high school students. So it's a really nice way if you have some documents that need shredding, confidential documents, that's a good way to get rid of them. Both of those things going on Saturday. Coming up next week on the Owatonna Today Show, we will have the City of Owatonna, Tony's Flooring, talking about the Downtown Flower Basket program, featuring artist Anna Segner, who is being featured at Perfect Day Cakes, Smokin' in Steel Blues and Barbecue, and the Owatonna Public Library with what's going on this summer. So that's all happening next week on the Owatonna Today Show. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.